Hi everybody. Hope you're excited for today because we have all of these new super exclusive stuff. There's only 7 left, so definitely snap those up. It's such a great deal that you need to get them. They're super cool pieces.
And really the retail value is actually kind of understated. I said 105 because that's the max that we would sell them for, but really some of these pieces would be, if we were retailing them on a normal basis, would be like $30 a piece. So pretty crazy. They are stunning.
Absolutely. So I'm super excited about that. Also, just a reminder that if you have Backstage Pass, you get double points. So make sure to use your points because today is the day you get to use your points on your purchases.
Yes.
And so you're going to not only use your points, you're going to get double points on all this stuff if you're a Backstage Pass member.
Yes.
And if not, use your normal points, but you should become a Backstage Pass member.
Yes, for sure. Yes.
But yeah. Also, guys, be proud of me. I got my readers for designing.
And in true Ainsley fashion, where do you think she got them? I'm curious. Let's see the votes.
Actually, I feel like there'd be 2 places in true Ainsley fashion, one or the other. The 2 extremes.
Yes. Okay. We'll see we will wait, give everybody a chance to weigh in on that one. Looks like we have a few people popping in saying hello.
Also, guys, I'm going to give you the satisfaction of listening to this. I waited for you guys. I didn't last time.
Awesome, Peggy. She said she used her points.
Exactly.
Yes,
she knows how to work the system.
Work it, girl. Buy and earn and use. I think, these bundles are really the greatest deal because you can earn from them, you can spend on them, and so it makes something that's already 20% off more like wholesale.
Yes.
So if you're using your points to the fullest degree, so.
Absolutely. Plus, you have our Backstage Pass. You also get all of the master classes, exclusive content, and stuff like that. Also the monthly stash alone, like your costs are covered. We make sure it's an
Jean
amazing
said she
deal.
used hers too. Yeah, so I'm actually wearing a pair of earrings that I demoed in my master class today.
They can't see them.
I'll show them. I can show them later. I'm not going to interrupt your pretty face on there right now. So
guys, pressure her.
I think, I will later. I will show later. I think it would be fun to talk about. I put out a little poll earlier before the weekend on what had me so frustrated photographing it, and most of you did not get it right.
Oh, what did they say? What did they say?
So overwhelmingly they thought the bracelet.
Ah.
So, which I was like saying, what did I say at the end? I was like, every single piece is difficult, right?
Yeah.
Because I was getting frustrated with that one too. But there was one.
The bracelets are hard to photograph. Like you don't have like a prop to put them on or a model.
Which I did have a prop, but there was one that was harder. So I'm. Oh, Peggy's wondering if you recolored your hair.
Not since my Joker costume, so no. It just is. I didn't wash it for a bit, like to keep the color, and so I finally did like a really good thorough wash. So a lot of the pigmentation is.
So it changed. It will change week by week, right?
Yeah.
So.
Nobody guessed. Nobody guessed where I got my glasses from. I'm so disappointed.
No. Peggy guessed Walgreens.
Oh, wait. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Only Peggy guessed. It wasn't Walgreens.
We did say that you might go to Walgreens. And it wasn't Amazon. So where else might she go? Oh, that's awesome, Lisa. She said, I blew away the new owners of the shop where I rent a booth. I just installed 4 dozen earrings, necklaces, and bracelets too. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to take one last peek at our survey to see what the votes were. Do you want to change over to your view that shows the jewelry in it?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Lynn says dollar store and Kathy says Walmart.
Terry said Zenny. She said in true Ainsley fashion, what would I do? Yeah, you guys have to get inside my head and what you know about me.
Sherry's getting closer. She says, your glasses look vintage. Love your blouse, Ainsley.
Thank you. Yeah, she's getting closer.
She's getting closer. So where do you think she got her readers?
Where are we?
I need to open up another window that has Facebook in it so I can see the results of our survey or whatever poll and see who voted for what. Okay, so it looked like we had, and are you on the dual screen where you're showing?
No, I'm
the
not
jewelry?
on dual screen.
I'm going to go to dual screen so we can talk about the pieces.
Connie said, I did not get the survey. It was just a post in DIY with montage, right?
Yeah. It was just a post
just a fun one.
Just a fun post that said, which one of these gorgeous designs was Jean crying about when she had to photograph it? And so we had option 1 was this one, right?
Which
and that one got 15% of the votes. That one got 3 votes.
Okay.
And then we had option 2, which got 15% of the votes, which got 3 votes.
Which piece was that?
Which was the dolphin one, the Asian dolphin one.
This one?
Yep. And then with 10% of the votes was the mermaid heart, just 2 votes on that one. And then option 4 got 60% of the votes, which was the bracelet cuff, right? So I'm going to tell you it was not option 4, 3, or 1. It was option 2, which, do you think, you guys didn't think that was that hard, but it has all these little chain sweats.
I want to show you what happens if you just try and lay it out normally, the way that she was trying to do it. Well, that was a terrible example.
No. Put the ends together. Don't hold it stretched out. Like we figured the hack lately.
Yeah, let me try and lay this out.
Just lay it down like a normal person was that didn't practice. You almost can't do it wrong.
I don't know that I can.
You're holding it wide, which is what you need to do. Now don't hold it wide. Right? And now go, I need to straighten all these out. It was just giving me fits.
Yeah, I don't
but
know why
anyway,
I'm not struggling with it, but she's
not struggling.
But the hack, I was like, oh, all you have to do is go like this. And she's like, yeah, I figured that out eventually.
Towards the end of photographing it, right? Oh my gosh.
Because she's like, how is this even supposed to lay?
I was getting frustrated. And you guys, it was a Friday, and we have a big push on Fridays, and I'm so ready to just be done with the week at that point. I was like going, not really cursing, but cursing.
She was
in my own way.
In her head, don't let you lie to her.
It wasn't out loud.
See? In her head.
Yep.
She has a potty mouth in her mind.
In my brain.
Also, you know what she did to me?
Fun.
You know what she did to me this week? One of my pieces did not need to be snipped because she misinformed me.
Yes.
So when you guys make
we'll talk to you about that during the tutorial.
I will tell you a little something about you do not need to do what I did because of my.
It was just a miscommunication.
Misinformation.
I thought you had picked a different filigree. But anywho.
Monica said, I would have used a lot of sentence enhancers.
trying to photograph it, yes. And only in my brain. Oh.
And Peggy said,
you know, next time
yeah.
You know what? I'm very picky about my pictures. And unfortunately, I'm about as picky with the photos and the layouts as Ainsley is unrelenting with when she has a design concept. Because I was like giving her hints when she was designing this. I was like, I think you could just do 3 swags of chain as a compromise. Which that's going to be a tip for you guys when you're making your finished pieces. You could definitely do less chain swags in there and it would look cool. But it is beautiful on. And so some of those like stabilizing pieces that Ainsley has in there of the chain will make it so that it doesn't droop as well.
Yeah.
Because Lisa was wondering about how that looks on.
Yeah, there's like, I did some specific chain pieces to prevent it from doing weird things.
Right.
To make sure that it laid properly.
Not flippy,
because
not
originally there was
folding.
going to be a few less pieces, but in order to make sure it lays properly, I had to add some more.
That's a good idea, Peggy. She said we need some chain cuts packs. Let me put a bug in Corian's ear because maybe she could
Warehouse
add that
sale
to the lineup this Friday.
Also, do they know that it's going to be pre-recorded this Friday?
Yeah.
So just a
Corian's
friendly reminder that that's going to be pre-recorded since Corian will not be here.
Yes. So kind of how that will work is we will be hosting the Live on Switcher like we normally do. We'll invite Corian in to greet everybody and tell you about her inspiration and probably let everybody get their hearts in for the giveaway. And then we will be able to live broadcast at that point what she has pre-recorded. So it's going to feel very much like the normal live.
Yes, she just won't have as many. She won't be able to interact with the comments. It'll
Yes.
just be mostly instructional, and we'll just be supporting and answering questions to you guys on the back end.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
also, does anybody have any fun winter break plans?
Yeah, winter break.
Because I am just starting to
Thanksgiving.
plan my winter break plans, and so I'm super excited about that. One of my friends, her mom lives in San Diego, and so we might do a girls' trip to San Diego because we'd only have to pay for the flight, and then like whatever our spending activities, but we wouldn't have to worry about driving. We wouldn't have to worry about a place to stay or anything like that. So I might get to see the ocean this coming January. I'm excited.
That's always nice during the winter. Okay, so I think we can probably post up the photos of what we have for sale today. If we want to share those.
Yes, so first, how many are left of this?
Oh, let me check.
Ancient Sea limited edition exclusive. Only $79. Are you kidding me? Like, look at these pieces.
Oh, there's
they are
only 6.
Okay, only 6.
There are only 6 left of these guys.
These pieces are crazy. They're beautiful. I did bare minimum painting on them, and you could totally do some crazy, crazy stuff if you wanted to.
Definitely.
They're just absolutely lovely. I'm going to show you what I did.
With these exclusive pieces and then a lot of the accent pieces that Ainsley used in her designs.
And friendly reminder, these will not ever hit our website because they are just too cost prohibited.
Yeah, they could
which
be
is why we're
special
offering.
ordered.
But yeah, they are very, very expensive, and we realize that it's not worth us for us to order it because you guys are probably not going to want to pay for what we would have to sell them for.
Because to web stock things, you know, we have points that are earned on things, we have sales that we run on things, and all of that needs to fit within the price. And so, like, something like that, one of those dolphins would have to be like $26 a piece. So, grab them while you can. That's not to say that we couldn't give you a good deal if you were ordering like a gross of them or something. We could give you a designer discount if it doesn't get published. So there is a way to get them. They're just not going to be like readily available for sure.
Correct.
So yeah, just not very many of those left. So grab them while you can.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
I'm going to put up some of our other stuff. We have our tan leather. Just to note, the leather that we have in our bracelet today in our demonstration is actually shorter than the leather that we are offering you. So, if you want to customize the size, which I would actually have to cut this even further down to be my size because of my addition.
Which you probably will do after, right?
Yeah, then you just simply cut it down and punch a hole.
Right. Well, it has the leather that actually has 2 holes on it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So if you want the smaller size, it already has the hole in it, so you just cut right above the hole. Yeah.
So yeah, you can customize that size nicely, and if you need it even smaller like I do, then just, cut it and then punch a hole. But yeah, those can be customized to an extent. And then this obviously adds to the length, this cool little styling I did there. Okay, and then I feel like we need to show you guys this bead mix because it is great.
Yes, so
everything you need and more is inside this bead mix.
Yes, so extras, a lot of these beads. There's vintage mottled green art glass in there.
Also, do note that even though these look like different beads here with this different color, is the same as this like more lavendery gray purplish color. It just has paint on the middle of it to make it look a different color. So if you want to change the color, paint the inside, you can get a different color looking bead.
I think the one that I'm most excited about in this mix is the bead that is in your bracelet.
This one, this looks so beautiful. And that actually leads me into being able to show you guys the paint sets.
Did you pop up the photos of each of the things or no?
Oh, no. Sorry, I didn't do that.
I sent those to you so
I
we
forgot
could
to add them.
them big, but that's okay. It's all right.
I can add them right now. I am kind of silly.
I thought you were doing that because I was checking other comments, but
here's this one up close. And I'm going to show you each and every. That's part 102.
Actually, that is a good point. You could wear it over a sweater or something if it's bigger.
Oh yeah, for sure. I do that sometimes with this where like I have a shirt on and if it's larger, I might tie it bigger to go around my cuff area. This is the up close picture of this. And then we also have the wrong way. We also have these tube rivets. You guys know these ones are my favorite rivets in the world. Best ever. And that's cart 103 for those. Just $5. Super easy. Love these. Use them in this piece here to secure it. And then did I use them anywhere else? I don't think
the tube rivets?
So.
No, just in there.
Just there.
You know, they've been on the warehouse site with bigger quantities, but I noticed that we didn't have them on the retail site. We've only just been putting them in kits. But because we're using it today, I wanted to add them to the retail site as well. Yeah. Terry, what were you looking for? She said, I thought I was crazy looking for them. Were you looking for some of the pieces?
Or maybe the tube rivets?
Or maybe.
I'm not sure.
That could be as well.
The other thing is we have 3 paint sets featured. So the one that is on this bead and on this beautiful seahorse is this coffee brown patina effects kit. Now, the background of this bracelet is this weathered copper patina effects kit, which is also used here on these dolphins. And then we also used this Aurora's effects kit on this beautiful mermaid and seahorse heart piece. And then this one was the weathered copper patina effects kit. We just only used 2 of the colors. And then each of those have a description of what colors are in them, but we will go over what colors are in them later as well. So you guys can just pull them out from your pre-existing stash that I know you guys all have. And if you don't, then you need to get it.
Oh, yes. Terry, go to vintage.com. So Monday content is always on vintage.com. So you can either buy live by commenting the cart number, or you can, I've got a pinned comment on here that will take you to the featured section of vintage.com. Oh, it looks like Sherry guessed properly. She said thrift store.
Yep, these are thrifted. You guys ready?
They're perfect, right? And how much did they cost?
Like only a few dollars.
Like $3,
yeah,
right?
Something like that. I got one more pair too, but these ones are my favorite because they're so eccentric. You guys know this is definitely me, right? This is why you guys all love me, because I will be a very eccentric old lady when I get old.
I think I get more eccentric as I go. You like stop being like, oh, can I?
It's only gonna get worse.
Yeah.
Because if I had the time, guys, my makeup would be way crazier. I'd start putting make my eye into like a flower and do so many crazy things. But unfortunately, I don't have that much time.
So Lisa says, the link on Facebook isn't taking me right to the highlighted set today. It should be taking you to
the featured section.
The featured section, which has the sets,
and I can reread the cart numbers. Reminder, cart numbers are only for Facebook to work. If you need to see them and you can't see them, it usually just means you need to pull down on the video a little bit. It's probably hiding behind your camera, or sometimes it like crops it weirdly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't show us how that will be cropped depending on the model of your phone. But the Ancient Sea limited edition exclusive is cart 100. The tan leather bracelet blank is 101. The Ancient Sea bead mix is 102. And then the tube rivets are 103. And then the Aurora Patina effects kit is 106. And then weathered copper patina effects kit is 105. And the coffee brown patina effects kit is 104. Peggy said, looks like a pair that my grandmother wore.
Yeah, that's
perfect.
That's exactly it.
That's exactly what I'm going for.
When you were when you were in high school or middle school, that's that song, I'm Gonna Pop Some Tags?
Yeah.
Like
I'm gonna pop some tags.
Yeah.
And I got $20 in my pocket.
And I was
thrift shop.
Yeah. And it was funny because I think that was like the beginnings of the younger generation finding thrifting cool.
Yeah.
And I think that, we were talking about this because Ainsley took me to her thrifting spots this weekend.
Yes. Yeah.
And I found some cool things, and I was able to pull out immediately some really high quality items from the racks. And I said, it's all those, years my mom dragged me to the thrift stores before it was cool. It was like back in the days where everybody's like, oh my gosh, you got that used?
We're a very consumeristic society, and we are moving away from that. Consuming is still good, but consume at
shop
quality.
Now doesn't today show today's goodies. Where is it taking you? I'm sorry about that. It should be taking you to our featured section.
Have you clicked the link yourself?
Let me just check. But it's okay if you go to
go to vintage.com.
Yes.
In the banner, click
featured. It's under jewelry supplies.
Jewelry
featured.
supplies, click featured. And you should be able to see everything from today. It should have all the newest stuff uploaded.
Yeah, let me see. Let me just go to our regular Facebook and see if I can see what that's doing. Oh, it's just taking us to the homepage. Sorry about that, guys. I did paste it in there. I don't know why it didn't go to the collection. A lot of this stuff is going to be found in new as well, so you can get there right away. There's 3 things that are new. If you want to find the like everything that we featured today,
then you'll need to go to
you
feature.
can go to live
Those
feature.
paint
It says live
sets,
feature.
those paint sets have been pre-existing for a while now,
Yeah.
so they're not going to pop up as new. Speaking of paint sets, I feel like we can
We can
start getting into that.
We can get. Do you want to
Does
before you
anybody have
before you do that? Do you want to hammer?
Oh
your
yeah,
part?
yeah. Let's do that actually. And I'm gonna move all this out of my way because I will show you guys in a second what bothers me so much.
Likes to curl on the edges. You got to weight it down.
Yeah, I'll show you. This. Can you see this? Can you see that curve? It's hard to tell, but it's curved up a lot, and it is all pokey and in my way. And it's just.
Do you feel justified for being annoyed now? Put some stuff on the camera. Give
I'm
them
going
something
to.
pretty to look at. Besides yourself, of course. It's there. I was just in the page. Yes. Yeah, sorry about that, Lisa. I'm not sure why it did that. But it doesn't really allow us to do that. So probably later today, if these survive, I'll probably put a link on the top that shows how to get there. But I don't know that these sets will survive much longer than live today. So you guys get to see them first since you're here. There's only 5 left at this point in time, so. And 7 of the bead mix.
Okay. So I'm just going to start by hammering this piece. I did this in a very particular order. So first I'm going to hammer these beveled edges because I don't want to mess with this too much. So we're going to just start with that part first. Let me zoom in a little bit for you guys. Make sure you have a nice clear view.
So what was your thought for this particular design in hammering this piece?
I wanted it to feel like more worn and aged and found. Then the bevel feels very cutesy to me, which is fine for some designs, but it wasn't what I was going for.
I feel like too, an extremely domed piece like this can be harder to wear.
Yeah, and I feel like this flattening creates more sophistication.
Yeah. I like how you're flattening the edges, but leaving her raised.
Yeah, we do flatten the other part a little bit, but I still wanted a decent amount of raise.
I think
that's what I did.
Leave her up though for this one, because I want to show the difference, because we already have the example of what it looks like when you completely flatten her out.
Well, I didn't completely flatten her. I just
you know what I mean.
added a little bit more flatness.
Yeah, I think I like that too, where it's just you can do the edges without doing her.
So that would be the first thing that I did. Everything I did afterwards from this point was very lightly touched. You'll notice that this here, right, she is ever so slightly flat, but not very. So we still have a lot of definition because of how I did this here. Oh, I'm so glad you found it, Terry. So just very, very, very light-handedly after this point would you go with your hammer. And I think I used the larger one because of its surface area, so it's a little more even all around, but very gently. So it's just a little bit of flattening, not a crazy amount of flattening. And I think that's the only thing I hammered today. Yes.
Yeah, so Lisa's asking about some of the things that we have that she's been using, like large monstera leaves and the shields that that Corian has featured recently. If we're out of stock on them, or if you want to place like a designer order where you get a discount for a large purchase, or if you can't find them on the sites, Corian's going to know if those are in stock. So you can email her at warehouse@vintage.com. Keep in mind she's going to be a little busy, and even if you contact customer care with a question like this, it's going to take as long because Corian's the one that's going to need to answer like what we have in stock.
Yeah.
So she's a little busy this week because she's getting ready for her trip to Virginia. But so I would get that information request in early. Yeah, I like her raised too, Peggy. And I do love the hammered edge. It gives it a little bit of something. And you know what's crazy? We have had, like way back in the day, we used to do this mermaid heart before Vintage was even a company. And that lion snake we've had forever, and we had never hammered it flat besides the last theme. We'd never done that. And I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this.
Okay, guys, the other thing I'm going to show you before we get into painting is this piece. We do manipulate the other pieces that are just flat in our other necklace, but that is very simple. You just simply put in a hole punch right there, and you guys know how to do that. But I am going to show this bead roll. I simply took this guy. You probably recognize it. We've showcased this before. What is this one called?
Loop making tool.
Okay, the loop making tool. I wanted this cylinder size, and that's why I didn't use my normal round nose pliers. Look at me, I'm getting better, guys.
Why do we care? Why do we care?
Because that's why we call it on our website.
It's the searchable
standard
term, right? It's how you find it.
And so I'm just simply going to roll in. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side.
Yes, they're great, aren't they, Lisa? This tool. And I think, like, I hadn't used this. We didn't really use it much. But I think since we're doing wire work a lot in our demos, we've used that a lot.
Yeah, it's really great for that kind of stuff.
And this piece is really great for, you can, this filigree, you can wrap jewels in it. We just put it over some beads, but you could definitely put a stone in there if you wanted to for the drop. There's a lot of flexibility there. You can use it as a wrap because it's natural brass and buttery.
And I like to take my chain nose to manipulate a little bit to get it to curve in certain spots how I want it to.
So beautiful.
Because sometimes it doesn't fully shape the way you want it to. So this is just like my detail. This is like my little detail tool.
Now, when you did your cuff, did you color that before or after constructing your bracelet?
I colored it before.
Before,
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely want to do that for sure.
When it's flat?
Because I actually did this like a day before I added this to here just to ensure it was fully dried out.
So you want to do that before you curve it, before you rivet it. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
And it should be fine. Any like bending is going to be fine. It's just going to add to the texture, which I think looks really cool with this weathered copper look. And any of my other, can you hand me some of those over there?
Yeah, the ones you did in your master class.
Yeah. So we've done some of these in our master class, and you can tell this was painted flat, and she's just fine bent. So I would
Yeah.
not worry about that at
I
all.
would say the only times that I've had problems with it, like
you would have to
sticking
have
later,
a very thick coat for it to be problematic.
Yeah,
and this
and
is actually
if
so many
you
layers.
get something on, like if you have too many skin oils on it, that can interfere. Like if it's dirty, that can interfere with adhesion. So I usually, like before I go to sell it, I test it.
Yeah. So I wouldn't worry about that at all. Just make sure to do it beforehand and you should be fine.
No, Janet, you didn't miss too much. Ainsley went over hammering the edges of the mermaid. And then we're just talking about some of the other things.
So one other thing, you can paint this before or you can paint it after. I painted it after.
That's actually what I was asking about, but
Oh.
But it's okay because they needed to know that too.
I thought you were talking about the leather.
No.
So this piece here, I bent it before. This is going to be, well, actually, I have a pretty archy wrist, and so I would say I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Did you
painting it after?
Did you curve that and then rivet it?
Yes.
Yes.
You definitely need to curve it before riveting.
Yeah. So did you curve that with these?
Yes.
Okay.
So this piece here, right, you curve it. You probably won't have to curve it unless you have very, very small wrists like I do. And the degree that it's curved, clearly, is not very much.
Yeah.
So
if it's going to be...
That's why it's not that big of an issue to do it flat. And actually use the smaller end because my wrists are kind of like a box, honestly. I don't know how normal that is. I'm guessing it's semi-normal. And so the edges, really, this is flat, and then the edges hit a more sharp curve. So I'm going to use the smaller side to curve it. Do you have boxy wrists or your wrist round?
Mine are boxy.
Yeah.
They are very
geometrical. Everybody let me know. Do you have boxy wrists or your wrist round?
It's an oval. It's definitely not round. It's very flat.
Mine is very boxy.
Yeah. No, yours is more Okay, I see what you're saying. Yours doesn't taper.
No, it's not.
Weird. It's your dad wrist. Okay, so it's a really, really strange feature to have because they're narrow but really strong joints.
Yeah.
Right? That you get it from your dad because he actually has smaller joints, but they're really strong.
Yeah.
Mine are narrow but weak.
Guys, I have
she got the better joints.
It's funny though because if anybody were to ever doubt my dad and I like for being related,
genetics, no.
All I would have to show them is my elbows. I have very distinct looking elbows. Yeah, all that too. But I have very distinct elbows. I have a very distinct mark on my elbow and shape, and it's exactly like my dad's.
And it's like your grandma's too.
Oh yeah.
Grandma Mary,
so like. I need to use this. I would recommend using the smaller side, unless somebody has very round wrists. But usually, if their wrist is very round, it's probably larger.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no, Monica! She said she has broken both wrists, so they're misshapen. Is what she said.
Oh no!
But I'm like, did you break them? You didn't break them at the same time, did you? Because that would be really torturous.
That sounds.
You'd be like
horrible.
Eating with your toes or something.
Mom.
Or like your elbow. I'm just kind of like, why would you beat yourself? You broke both of your wrists because the casts are like. You remember when Dallin broke his?
Yeah.
Like he barely had any like finger motion at that point. Janet says she and her dad have matching elbows.
That's funny. I think this is a very choice topic that I picked.
What? Your wrists?
Yeah, it's my wrists and my elbows.
Yes.
It's not a conversation you have every day.
Oh, Lisa says hers are rectangular.
Okay, she's like me.
Oh, 10 years apart. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh. You're probably finally starting to get over how bad it was the first time. Forget a little bit before it happened again, huh?
How did either of those happen? I'm curious.
Wait, so what's Honey? Oh, Honey like Popeye. Are those characters? Is that like the baby or something? No, Sweet Pea's the baby. Who's Honey? Curious. Janet was mentioning.
I use like a few different tools, guys, for my shaping to get it to be proper. I wonder if there's like a standard wrist size shape. I wonder what that is.
Kind of like oval is usually how they make things.
Right, but I wonder like what is like the most normal, because everything is made oval, but sometimes the way we shape things isn't reflective of reality.
Peggy says, we're all friends here, so we are free to discuss any and all topics. It's funny when somebody who's not familiar with us pops in randomly, like on YouTube or something, and one time so we've gotten some funny comments because we are very comfortable here talking, and I think one time people was like, keep it professional, ladies, and then another time was like, this little girl thinks she's like really something.
Yeah.
Because they obviously don't understand Ainsley's humor, which is
Facetious.
Not superior.
Facetious.
Right? Yes. It's
very much
very,
so.
very tongue in cheek.
So that is now bent to my size. It's just, when you're bending, it's just a lot of finagling.
I think.
And so these are like the two main tools I use, is these large cylinder pliers and then my chain nose, because of my boxy wrists.
Monica says it was on the ice both times, so now she has spiked boots.
Yeah, that sounds very reasonable. Maybe I should buy spiked boots, but for a fashion statement.
Yes.
Extra spikes.
Of course.
Like in the SpongeBob episode where there's like the bad guy chasing after them, he has like ultra spiked boots that are super tall.
That seems like a very niche thing.
It just seems like it'd be so funny.
Type of thing.
Okay, but then we would rivet this to our leather.
Looks like we only have high comments from YouTube so far, but feel free to ask questions here too, guys.
Oh, and then, so when I do this, I do punch my hole. So I bend it, I punch my hole in my metal piece, and I also punch a hole in the leather piece with my hole punch pliers. You might have to take your bead awl and clean it out a little bit, just pick out the little bit of leather there, and then thread it through and then hammer it down. And I did 3 to make sure it was super secure and wasn't like pulling up on the sides.
What was the best position that you found when you were riveting those, since we're not going to do the full rivet demo? As far as like with the block.
Usually what I do for anything that's going to kind of hard location, which I showed you guys last time, is I like to put my piece right on the corner. So let me get this in a better view here. You guys. I like to put it right on the corner. It's going to give me a really nice spot to make sure all the pressure is going down into that location. Because if I'm here, I can't quite get it as flat. Mm-hmm. So this corner is really a great place to utilize for your pieces.
And then you won't be flattening out your whole piece when you're doing that.
Yes, okay. Exactly. So that is my recommendation there, because it's a little bit more precise. We get a little extra precision.
Yeah, somebody had mentioned to me how they were talking about Ainsley's sense of style. And I was like, yes, it is completely like ingrained into her DNA, because she has been mixing patterns since she was a toddler.
My mom, every once in a while, she said, every once in a while, I was like, okay, honey, I'm only think a little bit something else. She should have just let me wear it.
I would say like 80% of the time, I was like, okay, yes, this works. Or 90% even. And then usually even if it was like pushing it a little bit, I'd be fine. But if it was something like really important and it was just pushing it a little too far, then I usually would say something. But usually kids are like, nothing goes, right?
Yeah.
So I would say it was unusual.
Yeah, I don't even remember you doing that to me. So obviously, like it
didn't
wasn't
happen
very
enough.
often.
Yeah.
Not really.
Have you ever used a washer between the leather and rivet? Yes, for sure.
You could definitely do that.
You can also make your own stabilizing piece back there from a bead cap washer, or a small piece of cut metal.
This got tangled.
You mean to unknot that?
Yeah.
Okay, so which one? Oh, are you gonna show?
I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna look and see if there's anything else I want to do. I can show wrapping, and I did paint it afterwards, and it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, I think you should, because that's a little bit of like an upper
I'm throwing
skill.
my mom under the bus.
You're throwing me under the bus
for
that
this
never
piece
happens,
here.
Huh? Oh yes.
Because originally I clipped it off. There is a hole.
There's a loop.
There's a loop there, and I clipped it off because she told me, she's like, no, the one we have on our website doesn't have that. And I had previously looked to make sure that like the pieces that I was using are on the website. And I was like, I know this piece is on the website. And she's like, no, it's not. The one that's on the website doesn't have the loop. And so I originally had this loop at the bottom.
Okay, guys, in my defense, there is an almost identical filigree.
There is a loop at the bottom here originally that you can dangle your stuff, and I would recommend you keep that there.
Yes.
I don't have it.
One of those?
Yeah, we do have more of these.
I'll grab you the correct one so you can demonstrate it with the correct one.
And that's what I recommend you do.
We have a wreath filigree, which is what I thought she used, which doesn't have the loop. So where is that?
It's in a baggie. It should be towards the front.
Okay.
It's in the second one towards the front. I remember.
Maybe just
towards the front.
Yeah.
Guys, you should start playing. We should have like little
Jeopardy
sound things.
music.
Jeopardy music. I wish I could do that.
For this.
I wish we could add music like that.
That would be fun.
We should do that. We should add sound effects. I don't know that they have that
there
here
it is.
though.
Okay, it was just hiding. Okay. Here you go.
So this is what your piece will look like. And we will line this up so that this here is like so. You see? Like so. Okay. I need to go to the bathroom though. So is there something you could show them while I go? I really have to go to the bathroom.
I didn't make anything today, but sure, I can show them my earrings, my masterclass earrings.
Sorry guys.
Weren't even
The
really
earbud is
demo.
hitting a little earlier than normal.
Okay. So, I can't even, how does she do this? I can't even like see what's on here. So I'm wearing these guys. Can put them underneath here. What I did in the master class as an example of, I had done just a plating effect on this one, and then I had done moonstone on this one, and so then I went back in and I just matched this later, so they both looked antique silver. These are on the warehouse website if you want them. That's just kind of a fun mixed metal thing. It really wasn't a big part of the class, but I was like, I'm gonna wear those because that just turned out stunning with that mixed metal look. And this one is actually just two colors. It is moonstone and black antique for those. See if you guys have any other questions in here while we're waiting for Ainsley to get back. Be conversational with me because I don't really have anything to demo. I could probably show you this because I did put this part together. Show you the construction of this drop. This is on her necklace. And so all I did here was take a string of these beads to have a bit of color shine through. And then I took the head pin and strung it up through the loop and wrapped it around into a wrap loop for the drop on this necklace. So that's the drop from this guy. Thanks. Thanks, Jean. I was really partial to the silver and gold look. Oh my gosh, here you guys. Not camera ready. My hair is doing some funny things. I told you guys when we were in the master class that my hair texture is like changing on a weekly basis, so I feel like I don't know how to do it anymore. So, I feel like half the time it's like either flat or like crazy. So if you guys have hair tips on when your hair is changing textures, if you're like a little bit ahead of the curve on me, and if there's anything that you use to keep yourself sane, let me know and I will try it, definitely. But I'm gonna, maybe I will try on some of this pretty jewelry while and see if she notices it's missing. What do you think? I think this one needs to be mine, right? This camera, is opposite. It's not like a mirror, so it can be hard to tell which direction you need to go with stuff. Just stealing your jewelry. You can have it back. No, I did show them the drop on this one though. Okay.
Oh yeah, because you did do the drop.
I
on
did,
that.
yes. And and I did these too. These links. Not a whole lot.
Ooh, the seat is toasty.
Because I was in the hot seat. I'm like sweating.
Okay.
Ooh, do a keratin. What is that? Is like a rinse or something? It could have been from Whoville this morning. One spiral curl straight up when I woke up. Oh my gosh. A wig. Unfortunately, Peggy, I cannot stand anything that's on my head for too long. I don't think I could ever be a wig wearer. Like even like a stocking cap for too long is too much for me.
Guys, it's okay. You know what she calls me when I have bedhead?
What? Is it what I think it is?
Probably.
Is it a character from Sesame Street?
Yes.
It was only one morning and it was because of the
You
pajamas
have
you were
referenced
wearing.
Cookie Monster so many times.
Oh wait, you're supposed to make them guess. Just 'cause your
She
hair's
will
blue.
call me Cookie Monster, and I was like, "Oh, what about this sweater? Do you think this will work with my hair color?" And she's like, "It would look a bit Cookie Monster."
It was like Bert and Ernie's shirt. It was stripes like that.
Okay, guys.
It's in the cutest way.
First thing I do is line this up. And I'm going to start bending my 4 sides here. And I need to get it so that it is very curved. Oh my gosh, this piece won't come up. And that's like the trickiest part, is we have to get it nice and rounded. So I'm going to do that again.
So you guys realize that Ainsley's being very extra with this piece. You don't have to back it with filigree, but it's crazy amazing.
So, and one thing you can do is press down, hold very tightly, and I'm going to take my pliers, I'm holding them like this. See this? Holding them like this. And then I take it here, and then I bend like this. We're going to get a little bit more of a curve there.
Oh, then you don't have to like torque your wrist.
And so we're just trying to get this little curve here, and not get it to bend over. So we're trying to fold that up. And we're going to try and do the same kind of thing on the other side. Make sure this is lined up. And so we're kind of, what we're making is kind of like prongs. You know, we're folding something up to push back down. And we're going to do that on all parts of our piece here. Do the same thing down
So
towards
it's like
the
you're
bottom.
making a setting.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to do the same thing here and on the other side. Here as well.
Sherry, I want to hear about what a keratin is. Is it like a rinse or something?
It's a treatment. Keratin is a treatment, I believe. I've not gotten a keratin treatment before, but
That is a crazy story, Peggy.
doing our same thing here. And so you can start to see how we have these now prongs created to fold over on our piece. But this is like probably the simplest and easiest I can put it. This would be a really great piece, I think, to try. You're not going to have to worry about messing with her too much. I would just be more concerned about this piece. But as long as you're just, you know, holding, let me zoom out to make sure you guys can see this exact hand position. And we go like this, right? You shouldn't have too many issues. And you can always re-flatten it very easily because this piece is pretty stable. So once we have these prongs created, we're just simply going to fold them over the edges here. I like to make sure my piece is lined up how I want it to be. Make little adjustments there before I go in and fold over completely and secure her in place.
I have a question for you guys as Ainsley is demonstrating that. I felt like when we did the poll this week, it was kind of like an Easter egg, right? Let me know if you guys want to do more fun things like that related to our lives. How did you figure out that this was going to fit this so perfectly?
I tried.
Like experimentation. Trial and error.
Exactly.
Trial without error.
Well, yeah, actually it was a trial without error, so.
You're like, this looks like about the right size.
It seemed like it was going to work.
Yeah. So a good rule of thumb is that the piece is slightly larger than the piece that you're wrapping.
Yep. Because I really wanted to wrap this piece, but I just needed something that was going to fit it really well, and I didn't want it to overcome the piece either, because that could very easily happen. If you have too much filigree over the edges, it's not going to look very good.
Yeah. So Peggy says, yes, it was fun and unexpected. So I think some Easter eggs might be fun. I think it also might be a fun thing to do where we do a giveaway that is attached to that. So that might be a fun thing to do. I will give it some thought this week as we get ready for next week, which next Monday we are going to have another exclusive offering. So get ready for that. We've got some dragons and insane filigree pieces to offer you guys. So that's going to be a lot of fun as well. So I think this is a patina class today.
I'm
And
almost
as
done with
soon
this.
as you're into that, we're going to try to motor through these techniques. What's interesting is that, we do a lot of photography of our finished pieces that we do on the lives, and we add those to the products to show what you can do with them. And I was like, wait, are you kidding me? We don't have any example pieces using weathered copper? You've got to be kidding me. So I was like, we need to feature that in a live. And so when we decided to do these amazing marine dolphins, I was like, oh my gosh, they have to be weathered copper. And so I gave Ainsley very specific instructions on this. And these pieces is to use a very light hand with the color because the pieces are so amazing. We don't want to lose any of the detail. So she's going to be showing you how to use a very light hand with the colors so that you it doesn't get goopy and it doesn't obscure any of the details. Now, of course, the antiques, that's going to be part of their property too, is they're meant to preserve the details of your pieces, but I think sometimes when you do more of like a pour paint effect and leave a lot on there, you lose a little bit of that.
Yeah.
So I was like, make sure they can see every little wrinkle because they're so amazing. So I think we'll probably do that one first. Awesome. Rosie.
And we're pretty well there. I just need to tighten. I just make sure to tighten throughout the whole thing and not completely go down all the way. For each one, you need to do it slowly. Otherwise, you might shift your piece out of place.
Kind of like, think about it like wrapping a canvas, how they teach you how to do that, opposite ends of each other and tighten, going back and forth.
Yep, so we just slowly get it into there so it's nice and tight. So that we don't have to worry about that. And now she's super secure. I'm putting a lot of pressure in and out. This one's not tight enough yet. Not quite.
Okay, so Lori, if they are current rewards, she's asking about our rewards. So if they're current points, they can be used on anything.
Yeah.
So there shouldn't be any reason, as long as your browser's up to date, there shouldn't be any reason that it doesn't work. If it's like from our old system, there's a lot of things that those don't work on. But those, and so those, yeah. I'm not sure, I can probably look in to see what your question was. And if it was like right on the precipice, we can go in and see like when your points were expiring, that type of thing, and help you with it. So I will try to look at your account after the live and see what I can figure out with it. Because usually there shouldn't be any issues unless there's like, your browser needs to be refreshed. Like your cookies aren't refreshing on there and it's creating problems where your points aren't showing up and you can't see them. But the system is all working properly. So let me take a look at it for you sometime this afternoon after we're done with the live. But yes, anything on vintage.com, your points, you earn points on it and you can use it on anything. So that's kind of one of the really great perks of buying things on Monday that are already reduced, is you're getting a really great deal. And even if you didn't use any points on what you bought today, you're still going to earn it and you can use it on a new purchase. Like go back and get an extra bead mix or something that you like, or something to go with it. Maybe you want to use it on rivets or chain or something. What is this conversation about spackling wrinkles?
What?
I have to see the thread. It looks pretty funny. It says, wrinkle, I spackle those suckers up. You got some
funny.
good primer. But where the points show up. Oh, okay. Janet, if you're logged in, make sure you're logged in onto your account too, because if you're not logged in, like really, there's a few things that can happen. It's usually one of these things. You're not logged in with the right account, or you're not logged in at all. If you're logged in, you're gonna see at the top of the screen, if you have any points, there's a little thing that says how many you have. Also, when you're in your checkout, it gives you an option where you can apply them. Also, in your email, you can see them. Oh, you said you wanted all the wrinkles to show on the jewelry. Oh, okay, yes. All of the raised relief details. Let's be specific about it. Yes.
That's funny.
That's funny.
Okay.
Not on my face. I don't want all the lines of my face to show.
This one is two colors. I'm going to show this one, then I'm going to go into our dolphin. Mm-hmm.
So yes, make sure you're logged in when you're making your purchases too.
We have olive green and verdigris blue here. These are the antiques.
Also, one thing about the website is it's generally going to keep you logged in unless you manually try to get logged out of there. So, unless you like have to delete your cookies for some reason, then it'll ask you to verify with your email address, but it's generally going to keep you in there once you're in. It's also how you access your old classes too, the library. If you've missed some stuff or you want to go back to like last year's classes, you get those through the website when you're logged in.
So I'm adding the olive green directly on. Don't worry about your generosity at this point. We're going to rub this into this piece with our paper towel. Let that sit for a couple seconds. That's fine.
Okay, you guys, can we just talk a second about how insane this Lily Heart Maiden is?
Oops, I put that
She
in my
is
paint.
so crazy.
So I'm just dabbing at this point, and then in the places that I want less, I'm going to make sure that this is nice and clean, and I'm just gonna wipe off. Because it's still going to sit in those nice and deep grooves there. So I'm just wiping and wiping. Now at this point, we're going to repeat that same process. I'm going to just dry brush this off onto my paper towel. Square here. Get the most of it off of there. Repeat the same thing with verdigris.
Yes, so just this last week, I gave Krista, who handles our customer care, a really thorough lowdown on what the most common issues are. But it's pretty simple. It's either you're not logged in, and that's usually the issue, actually. It's pretty much that one.
Dab up again. And then we're going to do the same thing, wipe off those high points there that we want nice and shiny.
Also, number 2 issue is for some reason your Backstage Pass, like the credit card billing, didn't go through, so you're not currently subscribed.
I like to add little different variations at some point, so I'm just dabbing on some of that verdigris. I'm going to repeat the same thing with some random dabs of that olive green in different places to get some variation in our piece. And then I'm going to do the same exact process. We're just going to be wiping at those high points that we want more clear.
Very pretty. This is a very jade color. So for those of you, I know
You can lean it more
asked.
a different way.
Yeah.
If you want more jadish, you can lean more on the verdigris.
Mm-hmm.
If you want more that like goldeny green, lean more heavily on the olive.
But we've had people ask for a jade recipe in the past. I think this is a really good one.
You can see the different shades of green here from our variations. So that is how we paint her. Okay, now we can go in with this guy. I believe I started with my olive green as well.
Sherry, you can also go in and when you go to apply rewards, you can just put it in the box too. The promo code box.
And we're going to use also pale green and metallic copper. I need
Yes, you need one of these.
yes.
Little tip clearer. Thanks, Rosie. She said that looks really nice. This one, I'm really excited to see this one, you guys, because
We're gonna do the exact same kind of thing with the last one, except for we're gonna have more color variation. So I'm gonna do a layer of each just directly on top. Exactly the same as last. And we're gonna repeat that same wipe method that I was doing.
so what are your tips? Because we're trying to really not obscure the details on here.
That's why I'm doing this like wipe method.
So it's like letting less of it settle so that
Yes.
you get a thinner coat.
Yes. Do the same thing.
So if you really want to preserve the details, guys, this is your go-to method.
Dab it. This one, it won't hold as much because the details are a lot thinner, but we just still do it like this because you still are getting some of those colors in there. And then we're going to go in and we're going to color block after we apply each of these colors to here.
So you're kind of letting it dry in between so that you don't soak all of it up.
Not that much. I do let it a little bit, but I'm just lightly dabbing so it doesn't.
So it's about the amount of
everything.
pressure that you're putting on there.
Yeah. A little bit of this. Same thing. And then at this point, we're going to start to add our like variations.
It's running away on you a little bit from off the screen.
We're going to start with our variations with our different colors, and we're going to just color block it in different areas. So I'm taking my olive green, I'm adding it to a few different areas. Just dry wipe, do that with our verdigris. Just adding it. I like to blend the colors together that I think work best. And I think verdigris and the olive green and then olive green and then our
Pale green.
pale green, yes. So we're starting this color blocking, adding these in here in these random spots. Can go back in with other colors.
And I think the more you go lightly with your colors, the less you have to actually use your paper towel.
Yeah. And so that's kind of what I did at this point. And then we're going to let it sit for a little bit and let it get a little bit more tacky to there. And then I will wipe it one more time, ever so lightly.
And then when does the copper
And then
go
we
on
add
last?
in, our copper last.
While you're waiting for that to dry, do you want to describe or demonstrate the leather with that? Do we
I don't
have
think
one?
we have any more
We
leather.
don't have a cuff here?
No, because I think I used the last one.
Dang it, I would have brought one.
I think that's probably pretty close enough.
And maybe maybe
We're just gonna lightly dab this, pick up those areas that have a little bit thicker paint on there. Soak that up there. And just a little bit here. I want a little bit more verdigris. Now that I'm seeing how this is drying, it's a little olive green heavy. Add a little bit more of that verdigris variation in here. It's gonna look so pretty. Okay. And then we will add our copper. Very lightly dabbing.
I'm just mesmerized. You know, these remind me of there's this illustrated fairy tale with a carp, a magic carp.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Chinese or Japanese fairy tale, but it's like Cinderella, and it's like with the fish bones. But it was just, there was this beautiful, like koi fish or carp, that was like in place of the fairy godmother type thing.
Yeah.
And it just reminds me of the feeling of that animation. I don't remember where I saw it, but it definitely left an impression on me. Probably why I love this kind of art.
You can add more color where you want it. I'm just going back in with verdigris. I feel like that's the one that gets the most covered here. Just very lightly in some spots where I want that. And we go back in with our copper. I just want to get it a little thicker in some spots as like a nice highlight. And we're kind of just building. And then I just leave it like that.
Is that not insane? Okay, so she took a little bit longer than you would if you were just dumping on, but like, pick that up next to the camera. Like show it. Like show it close. Zoom her in. So stinking gorgeous. Like how it all just settled into the scales there. Oh, did you show everybody your new manicure?
No, I haven't. Some people complimented.
Did you see Peggy sent you that one nail place that had those mushrooms on the nails?
Oh yeah, the press-on nails. Yeah,
pretty, right? Like if you were
Yeah.
too busy to be getting your nails done, which will definitely happen in the future at some point.
I will always get my nails. No, I'm not personally a press-on person because I'm a little too hard on my hands.
Yeah,
they would definitely come up with my hands.
Because you are,
I've tried it before, and I use my hands a little bit too much that I can't do press-ons. I have to go get them done. But yeah, I took a few combinations of nails that I pinned, and then I had her put them together.
So Sherry's asking, has the original antique copper been discontinued? It has. So we've noticed a few of the colors, they just tend to be more sensitive because all of our metallics have real metallic particles in it. So the best thing is keep your bottles mixed up and use them. But some of the older colors and there were a few of them that just, we were getting more consistent issues where they're more sensitive to heat or other
and we don't want you
environmental
guys
issues.
to get like duds.
Yeah. And so if you want to get that look, we can definitely do an antique copper tutorial to get that same look of that color, because it's very beautiful. It just doesn't play nice.
Yep.
It doesn't,
It's one that's more likely to solidify because of temperature changes and issues.
Whatever environmental issues it might run into, it's more sensitive. So, yeah, aren't they gorgeous, Rosie? I'm so jealous of Ainsley's nails all the time. Mine are so trash. But I also am very impatient. It would be hard for me to sit in a chair as long as she does for those nails. It's dedication. How long does that take? It's over an hour, right? How many hours?
Like 2 to 3.
2 to 3 hours, guys.
Like usually 2.
Look at how much she loves you guys.
I just love myself a lot.
I know.
Don't twist it as like me doing it for them.
I mean, both, but you get to
I
benefit from it.
I do also do because like my
Yeah.
hands are on camera a lot. It's not purely for myself.
I know. That's a good recipe to try, Lisa. She said brick red and hematite with bright orange makes a lovely antique copper. Yeah, use pretty much any color that we've discontinued can be made using other colors.
Yep.
And they're mostly, honestly, the normal colors that are non-metallic, you can pretty much keep forever. And they're not going to have the same problems unless you really, really abused them. Let them get really hot or let them get really cold. But the metallics, you try to use those.
You need to fix the camera.
Use them up.
Okay. Just vortex mixing these paints. Speed this process up. So we have our sepia brown and our sienna brown. And I am going to dry this off first so that I don't have to worry about this. Because I just cleaned it. Okay. I'm going to just directly pour on to our piece here.
Ooh, so this is a satisfying fast one, huh?
Yep. Just in different areas.
Now this piece has a little bit different detailing than the last one, right? So it's more like bold and less of the tiny details.
Yeah, it's going to sit a lot better in the grooves here.
Mm-hmm. So it's going to naturally run in. So, and it's like not as pricey of a piece. So I was like, you don't have to worry about obscuring the details as much.
They're also just very deep.
Even though
grooves.
this is a high-end piece, it's not as, like those dolphins are insanely expensive, guys. So, like, it's the tooling is what it is. It's how intricate and how hard to maintain the tools are. Yeah, Lynn, antique copper is decently, but Griffin Wing, it was unfortunately the most fussy color out of any of the new ones. So
just soaking up the extra paint that is ending up on here. For the most part, this is all we have to do. And then I just like to absorb some of these goofier places.
I saw your bells, Lisa. So pretty. Oh yeah, so let me look at this closer. I think if you were to use a flat back in the eye area, it would have to be the smallest one possible if you don't want to obscure any details. But that would look really beautiful. The tiniest SS that you can get. But yeah, this is pretty easy. And I know that we've shown coffee brown before on silver, but we didn't really do a large project before.
No.
And I thought this really gave it like that kind of sunken treasure feeling.
You don't have to do what I'm
feeling.
doing either. I'm just going in and adding color to some places that I want to see it. And that's just like my personal preference. You guys know how I am. But it was beautiful even without this. Okay. Done. So easy. Oh, we can see the YouTube chat. I just wasn't looking. I'm sorry.
Oh.
And it's not alcohol ink. These are our own line of plants that we
Antiques.
Plants, apparently. These are plants
Antiques.
now.
They are
our own
glazes.
line of antique glazes that we use on natural brass, which is our finish, or brass, which is the current finish we are working on. So, not alcohol ink. We have worked with that before, but it's not the same thing and does not do the same effects.
These are more permanent. They also clean up with water. They are low VOC, so they're not going to have that alcohol stinkiness. And alcohol inks, what happens with those is they have a very thin finish that's not very durable. These are highly durable, and they're designed to settle into the grooves perfectly. I think this is your last one. Besides, like, this is the same finish, so do you want to, like, tell them what we did with this guy, or maybe we demo
all
it,
we
actually?
have to do is...
Actually, I'm going to give that to you because I think it's a really good illustration of what to do with this set. If I can... Oh, here they are. I knew we had some more.
Lisa said, unlike alcohol inks which darken with UV.
Yes. They...
Can you grab me like the leather?
Will stay vibrant.
The leather thing.
Yes.
So you need a cup, and yes, self-sealing.
Yep.
They are self-sealing glazes, so you do not have to worry about a sealer. We do have like a matte sealer or a clear matte glaze for your pieces, but not necessary.
Yeah. If you want like an extra durable layer, you can use those. They come in gloss and matte, so.
Yep.
Huh.
No, I don't need that. I need a leather roll to balance this on.
Oh, okay.
She's being
A
silly,
spool.
guys.
I don't know what you're saying. I thought you meant like to put, like you were going to demonstrate how you put that together.
No, that's not what I was saying at all. Okay.
Alrighty then. See, communication doesn't always happen perfectly here, guys.
So we need this just because we need to be able to do this here. Honestly, you could tape this if you wanted to, but I don't have tape. I have washi tape, actually. Let's just do it for kicks. Do we have washi tape?
No.
Yes, we do. Liar!
I
sit on a throne of lies.
Okay, who else? Who else is in love with the movie Elf? We have to watch it every year because I just think it's the most hilarious.
It is the best.
So yes, this is like a vintage acrylic bead. It's like an ivory bone color. And so it really takes these colors beautifully.
And so I'm just going to put some on my mat here. Let me zoom out just so slightly so that you guys can
Both colors,
see.
right?
They are water-based, not oil-based, which is why they are water cleanup.
Yes. But they stick like an oil-based would. So they have superior adhesion properties to most materials. They're not going to stick to silicone, which is why we're working on our lovely silicone mat here.
Yep. Do not recommend for plastics. Just metal, wood, natural materials.
You can use
like
it on
clay.
plastic like this bead is.
Oh yeah, but
This
if it
bead
needs
is
to be
plastic.
textured.
It has to be textured.
No smooth surfaces.
Yes. And so if it is smooth, like if you ever have a problem of it sticking to something that's plastic and you want to use it on it, because I use it on plastics all the time. Like I did these amazing containers at my house, and it's been weathering outside for 3 months now. But it's textured. So.
Okay. I'm going to go in with the sepia brown here. And then I'm just gonna go like this, go like so.
Ooh, that's kind of fun.
It is kind of
I
fun.
kind of like when I did it, I just kind of dripped it on there, but that's actually really smart because you're probably not going to get a puddle.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do it this way.
Oh, that's so smart.
So we're just going like so.
So if you've ordered any leather or chain from the warehouse that's come on a spool, guys, there's another use for your spool.
Yeah, if you use up your spool, this is also a great use because I'm kind of risking this leather here a little bit, not too much though.
It's a compatible color.
Yeah, they will not be sticky at all. These are really fast drying as well.
Mm-hmm.
For certain techniques, we do recommend you leave it over at night if you're going to manipulate like your metal directly after painting it.
It gets stronger.
It could crack.
Yeah.
So it needs the time to adhere there, but it will not be wet to touch within, I don't know, like 5 minutes. Depends where you live, depends on your humidity levels. We can't really tell you specifically.
Right.
But it is much, much faster than most.
Yeah. So, like, it's interesting because we used to have a different formula that dried faster than this one. And since we moved to, like, a desert area, I was like, oh my gosh, it's a good thing that this has a little bit longer dry time because it would have been like 2 seconds.
True.
So, yeah. Let me just look. Yes. Yes. Queen of Hearts. I will put... Oh, that's crazy. You're recovering from shoulder surgery? That seems like a lot, but kudos for you for using your time for something like inspiring while you're recovering.
Yeah, recovering from surgeries is very difficult.
I'm going to put in the comments here on YouTube also a link to everything that we're using today. This just shows a lot of the sets that we're using. Like right now, Ainsley's using the coffee brown set with those 2 brown colors that just make that really gorgeous combination. I'm going to put that on here so anybody watching on YouTube, you can look in the comments and this will show you all the different things.
Okay, and then the other thing, we do sometimes use this. We do not have to use this though.
No.
We only do this to speed things up, which is not necessary because we need things done instantaneously. We need to dry instantaneously. Mm-hmm. So I just am gonna use this.
We are like super impatient, so we show you all the time-saving hacks. Yes, Nancy Sicosio says, and the cameos are plastic, right? And yes, so like a plastic cameo, these are going to adhere really well to that as well. It's basically the same material.
Yeah. Just needs to be textured enough.
It's just like if you were doing it on some sort of like really super slick surface, you got to sand it first. If it already has texture to it, you can just go right in and use it.
And the reason I'm moving this is because what can happen is if you get any paint on this like head pin here, it could stick to the inside if there's paint pooled on the inside.
Also, like by drying it as you're moving it, it's not going to puddle at the bottom.
Yeah. So it should be decently dry
So
now.
I think I did like sand a little bit of this, but not super much. I think I just used more of the darker brown. But yeah, it looks like antique ivory.
So here we go.
I'm going to move that spool out of the way.
Here is the finished piece.
And then, did you go over kind of what they needed to do to make this guy? Like what the construction, like how we used it? Yeah.
So the color of this is a weathered copper. It'll be a little easier for you guys to do a little thicker layers because we only had black ones here and you guys have tan.
Yeah.
So you will just simply go on with a layer of your 3 main colors and just randomly pool directly on. Just pool
Are you just
everywhere.
pouring it straight from the bottle on there?
And I kind of like section it out. And then you add your copper in, let it blend, dab ever so lightly up, soak up the extra. And then you can repeat layers and then go in with some final touches of your colors. I went in with my copper for final touches, just dabbing some extra here and there to get the exact variegated look that I want. And yes, it definitely can be used on polymer clay. That is really great usage for it. It's very beautiful.
It's amazing.
Do you have any of that here?
That's a good question.
Like, do you have any on the shelf or anything?
Maybe.
Because
I'll take a look around.
We have done that, but I'm not sure if we have any at this studio.
We probably have some in a box here somewhere, but I may have taken that home as well. But I was more talking about the construction of how you did the bead, like how you strung the leather through there.
I'll just take this, and can you hand me that small piece of leather there?
This one?
No, the other one. There's a black one that's shorter.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm going to use this previous piece that I've done just to give you guys a quick little instructional of how we do this. Simply thread your leather through, like so. And let me see this. I'm going to do the bead side first. We're going to, actually I need to move this mat out of the way. I don't want to drip this into the paint. So.
Yes.
Give me a second.
No
Give
problem.
me just a second, guys.
So Connie, this is the colors that she used on there are from the weathered copper set. So that's going to be pale green, verdigris blue, and olive green. And then metallic copper would be the fourth. Yeah, let me look to see. I think I may have taken those home, but yes, you can use them on air dry clay. Actually, I was thinking about, so I have all these really great ideas for my house that I've been storing up in my brain for when we introduce the larger sizes. And since, air dry clay can be a little bit harder, let me give you, it can be a little bit less durable for jewelry. I was thinking of making big air dry clay leaves and using the antiques on them to make a wall hanging sculpture.
Okay, guys. We're going to restart this so you guys get the full instructional. Where did I set my... Oh, here it is.
We're always losing things here.
These are definitely not the color combinations you want to be putting together. Maybe I take the other one. This will look better. Here we go. Now it doesn't look so dorky. All right. And something else we
need. I like the word derpy.
That too. Is a little bit of wire. So we simply thread our leather through, like so. And then we take our bead and thread it through. It's going to be really easy for the first one. Then we take our jump ring. So I'm just going to take this jump ring here, make sure it's nice and closed. Taking my jump ring here. And we simply thread this through. Once we have that, we need to thread this piece through here, through our bead again. Now, it's not going to want to go that easily, so you can either take a safety pin, an eye pin. I simply just used my bead awl. There we go. And I'm going to use this bead awl to help tuck this straight into this guy here. Using it to push it through until it comes out the other side. Depending on the thickness of leather, it's going to be easier or harder. And then I pull like so. This is going to end up taut. And we can shorten this back piece so that we get as much leather preserved as possible. I'm going to shorten this to about what I need it to be. Okay, that's about right. Then pull this other side. So, have this like so. This is now about the right length. I can fold this guy over right here and then fold this guy here. There's a lot of extra leather here, so we're just gonna take our side cutters and we're gonna cut it long enough so that the two leather pieces overlap. I'm gonna make sure these guys overlap. Cut it long enough for it to do that. Okay.
Yes, so Marietta was saying, are you applying a gloss on top of the leather piece? It has a beautiful shine to it.
No.
It is already self-sealing and it already has that sheen to it.
So these guys now overlap and we simply add wire. Can you get me a little bit of... Well, I guess I have this here. This is not the thickness I used, but this will work as well.
You want some natural brass wire?
It doesn't matter what size it is.
I mean, it will.
It'll change the sturdiness, but...
There you go. It's right there.
Thank you.
I know we do need to order more from HQ, but there's enough here for the demo. She's being stingy with the good wire. Our favorite is the natural brass.
I'm just going to bend this up to make it a little bit easier for me to use.
Marietta, we use the antique set here, but if you're wanting it to act similar, you can do a blend of a paint and a stain together to get a similar viscosity. If you already have those and you don't have the antiques and you want to get started right away. We just have changed all of our Patina effect sets to be the antiques because we find them the easiest to use for that particular purpose of creating a patina look. You can get a patina look with any of our colors. It's just, this is the easiest way.
So I'm just wiring this on. I'm tightening this. And then we're going to wrap it around a few times. And that's all you have to do to secure this. The other method is exactly the same for
what I really thought was unique about this bracelet too is that your bead and clasp area is meant to show. Mm-hmm. Because of where you fastened your seahorse being the top.
Yes.
It's a little bit different. So the clasp area really becomes a focal point.
You guys know how much I love working so far away from my body.
Well, Lisa, that would be because it is the same metal. That's why it's the best match is the 20 gauge actual real natural brass wire, not the copper coated stuff. Matches so well because it's the same stuff.
You obviously can make this so much cleaner than me messily doing it here.
But you get the idea, right? I feel like sometimes when I'm on camera, I feel pressured to do things faster than I normally would. Or you're like, oh, it's got to be perfect.
Oh, yeah. And also, I just can't work as close to my body.
Right?
So I just can't see it. I can't see it as well. And I'm like, okay.
The camera's in the way.
Which I can actually see it a lot better than I normally could because of these glasses. But that is essentially how you achieve this.
Yeah, what would you rate having the readers on
when
so
you can't
keep it
because
close?
My eyes are not strained. I'm not going like this or anything like that, and I don't have to like crunch my eyeballs.
So even from a young person, guys,
see, guys,
they help.
No shame. All right, and then I will show you the other side really quickly, but it is the same thing. Just it is simply only the jump ring.
Yes. So Queen of Hearts is saying she makes wire jewelry. You would love our 20 gauge natural brass.
Absolutely.
Jeweler's wire, it is just a dream to work with.
And I feel like the pants would be so cool to add like dimension to some of those details. I would love to see that.
Yeah, so we antique actually wire creations as well. So kind of fun thing to add. No, I do not want to restart the computer I'm looking at comments with.
Peggy said Doug had mentioned a while back he was trying to get 18 gauge natural brass wire. How's that going?
If you pester them.
Yeah, pester them, guys.
You pester them for us. We really want it.
really want to do that project with you guys. Like, yeah. I really want to show you guys that wire project.
You know what? That we actually were able to source some freshwater pearls, which are coming like this week. They're supposed to get here today.
Wow.
And so, like, I think in next week's stuff, we're going to have some of those featured. And then, obviously, Ainsley's got that gorgeous pearl project of the cuff that we want to do. Yeah, but we just don't know when the wire's coming in.
It's the wire that we need to get in.
Yeah.
And that would be so cool if we got a natural brass version.
Mm-hmm.
Please annoy the crap out of him. At Doug Duplessis. At Doug Duplessis. We need the 18 gauge
Everybody
wire.
Message him letting him know that we need the wire. We love everybody at the warehouse. They do all the hard job of packing up 1,000 orders and shipping them out. So, it's tough because we're a small team and there's a lot of moving parts in this business.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, a lot of times if you're like, I can't get a question about my rewards, it's like Krista has exhausted her knowledge base and she's got to wait for me to finish one of my creative projects to go in and go, okay, well, this is what's going on. So if we're ever like late getting back to you guys, it's because there's 4 or 5 people doing everything.
And yes, dragons. Yes, Lisa, dragons.
So yes, stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, Queen of Hearts says, I work with bare copper wire mostly. All the brass wire I get is copper or gold filled.
Yeah, so our brass wire that we use is jeweler's brass. Mm-hmm. So that means it has a higher copper content. It is going to look like gold without being gold. Yeah. And so you never have to worry about any plating cracking off. And it is directly
made to work with our solid brass that we work with in our stuff.
Yes, all of our components.
That's a little sneak peek too.
Yeah, all of our
components.
Cut that. Our jeweler's brass. Right? So as well, so they're going to have that rich quality.
Yep, and then we have developed a few natural brass ones like I just used.
Doug was watching. He said, okay, I hear you. Connie wants to see how that goes together. Yeah. Do you want to put that on?
Yeah, also? So simply in your jump rings that we showed how to do this, you just add in your clasp. You can simply open this guy up and add it directly on. I'll show you that. Can you hand me a clasp?
Yes. This size?
Yep, that works. It doesn't really matter.
Ooh, take up the gauntlet.
Right, I may have lied. It might need to be a big... Oh, wait, never mind. There we go. We're fine. I lied.
Okay.
Again.
We try to be as honest as possible, but sometimes we don't know what filigree we're talking about.
That's how we add our clasp, and we do the same thing on the other side, and it just joins into that jump ring. We've done a lot of like tied variations where you can just tie it, but that's not like what I was going for this time. And let me put this on, guys.
So yeah, Queen of Hearts, we have done some fun wire projects as well that you could do with copper. If you look back through our, if you go to our page and look through our classes, Ainsley has done some fun tutorials using a lot of wire.
Okay.
Yes, so if someone's asking about your nails again.
Yes, they are my real natural nails under here. It just has it's just right over top my real nail. I get very blessed with very long nails, so I will be honest.
And then show kind of how that showcases on the side then.
Yeah, and as for extender and chain, yes, you could do that, but also the leather can be bigger or smaller.
Yes.
The leather that we're selling today is a little bit bigger than this, and you can trim it down to a smaller size.
Yes.
I have very small wrists, and this is a little big for me, but you shouldn't have to worry too much about that. You need to plug this in.
Okay, yeah.
But
Don't
yes,
wanna run out of batteries on
absolutely
you
add
guys.
extender and chain as desired.
Okay, here we go. I will give you the power if you want to plug that in. So I think we're probably good to start to show how some of these look on. Or no, wait, we didn't do this. Ainsley.
No, I know. That's why I'm plugging this in right now.
Oh, I forgot. We have one more. Got one more patina.
That's so great, Queen of Hearts. I'm super glad that you want to watch more of our content because it's all free, educational. That is our goal. So I hope you get to check out some of that stuff and it's useful. Also, if you want like a little more interaction, I know you can't see any of the Facebook comments right now, but we have a really big community on Facebook that comments there, and sometimes they do go on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of fun, and all of the products that we sell are they are industry grade. So our patinas are meant to hold up so that they will last through commercial use. And our metals are super high grade as well.
we care a lot about quality. We do not want our jewelry falling apart.
Correct.
And we have a lot of integrity on the quality of what we make. Care a lot about that.
Okay, so the next set that Ainsley is using is the Aurora effects.
And I'm just shaking this up. They all have little balls in them.
Yes,
Just to mix the paint, same as if you opened a can of paint, it needs to be mixed, and that's why we are doing this.
Yeah, we also have a group that's called DIY with Vintage, where a lot of our ladies that subscribe and purchase from us share their creations.
Yes.
And so that's a great resource as well.
It's great. People will give you tips and tricks, or if you're having a problem, you need a question, everybody's going to go there and answer or make suggestions. Pricing suggestions for work, for the pieces that you sell can be there as well. There's a lot. It's a really great community.
Some of the ladies like to see what the final thing is in the shot when while you're creating it. So
Well, it's a little too zoomed in at the moment. But I did
Gotcha.
just show that to them really quickly. And I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put my paints right on the mat so you guys get a nice clear view of everything.
Did you drip these on, or you painted them on last?
Both.
With that? Both. Okay.
So we start with the drip, and then I just go in and add little details. So I'm just going to get these prepped so that I can add in as necessary. That is fuchsia pink. This is cobalt blue. This is pale blue. And this is metallic white.
Peggy's like, we need it by next week. That's actually like, yes, for sure.
I would prefer that too.
Express shipping. Drop ship some of it here.
Okay. I'm going to start with my dark blue. I did try to keep this more towards the edges so I can keep a lot of that detail popping out. We're going to keep this around here. We're just directly applying into a few of these places.
And this is cobalt?
Yep, cobalt blue. Then I go in with my pale blue, and I want it to blend right in with this cobalt blue. So I'm just applying it towards the edges of that. A little bit more generous. Then I'm gonna go in with our fuchsia pink. And I'm gonna go more on her. This is where I want the highlights to be most. And then add it a little bit throughout. We're gonna get some beautiful purple colors as we go with this. And I'm gonna wait on our moonstone. So this is just our first layer. I'm gonna take my silicone brush for this one. See if I can find the one that I want. I have like my favorite.
Is it kind of like the pointy one?
Yeah, where is the point?
Right
oh,
there.
Here it is.
It's right there. It's hiding.
So this just is, it's not going to stick to here. This will forever stay clean. You don't have to worry about putting it in water. It'll peel directly off. So I love using this. And it's easy, just enough. It's not going to absorb the paint, so I can just grab the paint and pull it to the ends of my piece. I'm going to try my best not to spill off of the edges because it gets messy. But still, it's fine if it's a little messy. So I'm just gonna wipe that off. I'm gonna drag these colors.
I love your techniques where you do the pool and then you do like the magic drop the square on and pull it off. It's like,
yeah.
Is that
and
one
then
of these?
This is kind of like that, but we're just gonna use the corners to start absorbing. Because I don't want to pull off too much. So we're gonna start just absorbing here to the best of our ability. Using our corners and ends, we're gonna get the best results. And it's just super beautiful like that. Just getting where there's a little bit too much paint and lightly tapping. And this is where we're gonna go in at this point. Look how stunning that is already.
Ugh.
And we're gonna go in with our normal brush.
If you wanted it to be like more rainbowy, you could leave it here.
And you just add highlights of metallic white at that point.
You were looking for like a little bit more ethereal, magic-y mermaid look to this.
So I'm just pulling my brush right out of the water. I'm going to dry it off really quickly. We do try to apply our paints with dry brushes as much as possible, so dry it off the best you can so that the paint doesn't get watered down. Because it will change the consistency if you do have a wet brush. So I'm going to go back in with our cobalt, and I'm going to add just a little bit more of that towards the edges. And I'm just going in with my other colors where I want to see a little bit more of them. Remember, we do have a reliefing block, and we definitely will use that on this piece. So don't worry too much about having paint on our high points. So I'm just dry wiping that off on my paper towel. Getting as much as I can off. I'm going to go in with a little bit more of the pale blue in the places that I want to see more of that.
I like how you've kind of gradated the color. It gives it a really interesting look. Good eye, Doug.
What do you say?
So he asked if that ring
Yes,
was...
and I make sure that I do not secure it further.
Yeah.
So it rattles still.
Yeah.
Because Aunt Wendy told me she has a memory of how her ring would just always rattle and she would play with it at church. So I feel like that's kind of like special to hold on to.
Yeah, so it is one of hers, and Ainsley has, like, she got all the rings that no one else could fit into because she has such tiny fingers.
Yeah.
And so she was really fortunate that way.
Going in with a little bit more of our fuchsia so I can blend it in with our blue a little bit, get a little bit more of that purpley kind of color. It's just so stunning.
It's giving it that like opalite color. So pretty. He said memories from my childhood, so he must recall that as well. Do you have heirloom pieces from your families? I feel like, you know, there's some things that were my grandmother's, but my mom loved to collect jewelry, so she would thrift and she would find a lot of these things, and it just seems like they always were meant to be hers. I don't know if you feel like attracted to things like that, or like something that you buy becomes like a reflection of your taste, or quintessentially yours.
I have my purse that my friend, she calls it my emotional support bag, because I basically always use that purse, but I feel like it's become very quintessentially
a big reflection of you. Yeah.
I'm just going to add a little bit of this fuchsia in some other places so it doesn't look too precise. I do want a slightly messier look in that way. Add some variations and variegating to the ends.
One of the early master classes that I did when we were very first starting the Backstage Pass was on using moonstones to create metallics out of. So it is a really magic color that you can mix with just about any
now we finally get to go in with our moonstone. This is really going to make this super magical. And remember, this piece that I'm working with is more beveled than the one that I initially did, so it will look slightly different.
Also, we're calling it moonstone, but in the antique, it's actually metallic white.
So I'm going directly on her, because she is my most highlighted point. I'm going into her hair, going onto the seahorse, and then I will dab this a bit and add some light tapping to the other areas. And then I'm going to add just a little bit more highlight to...
I like the way it kind of knocks down like the bright pink and the, you know, more saturated colors to be that. I mean, because it is supposed to look like Aurora Borealis, so.
Just add some
it emulates
extra.
That very well.
We can dab some of this up a little bit in a second as well. Okay. Just gonna take this and find like a good spot. I'm just gonna lightly dab her in a couple of these places.
It's so magic. Like, are you kidding me? I kind of want like, they kind of would be like amazing earrings too. Like I would wear that full pendant as an earring.
And if we want to add some more colors back in, we can. I just would do it very light-handedly.
Yes. If you use, so you're going to want to use our antique formula if you're using it to do finely woven copper wire, for sure. And I would say go very light. So when you're using it, I would say, you know, use a dry brush and brush it on lightly because you won't need much. But it does work on wire patterns as well. If you want to, you know, use a more friendly thing instead of using chemicals. Black, the black antique is really good on top of copper.
I'm just adding little bits of fuchsia back in that got obscured just light-handedly. Light-handedly.
The color is buildable too, so you can go with very, very thin coats, especially like when Ainsley was doing the Asian dolphin. And she was, I would say, if you're doing like something that's really fine wire work and you want to make sure you're putting just a little bit of product on it, I would take that approach to it so that you make sure you're not getting too much in the grooves.
That is so pretty. I'm going to lift this up and show you guys up close. And
yeah,
we want a slightly different look. We just emphasize different colors more or less. Obviously, this is slightly different. I went in a little more heavy-handed with the blue, but honestly, it's pretty close considering this one's flat and this one's beveled still. Slightly. And yeah, that's that one. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that is a really good description. Lisa says she looks like she was formed from an abalone shell.
Yeah, she's just beautiful.
Yeah. Like we said, these aren't going to go on the website. You won't ever see them showing up in a warehouse sale. But if you absolutely this is something that you want to do a line with, you can always ask us for a quote for doing a large quantity of them. If you've got a big use for it.
Anything else we need to demonstrate? I think that's...
No, I think we're...
Oh, I do want to show them. Can you hand me some gray beads?
Oh, yes. There's some in here.
I do want to show you guys really quickly something you guys can do to change the beads. And yeah, we do offer our own tools that we like to use. I would like to say that our pliers are the best in the world.
Yeah.
Ergonomically, for your hands, most comfortable and easy to use. For our chain nose pliers, most comfy ever.
We've got round nose as well.
We have round nose as well with that same really great handle. Also, these are so beautiful.
Yeah.
And one of our favorites, because this allows everybody to have either speed, or if you struggle with your dexterity, maybe you're a little older, our one-step looper is one of our favorite tools to feature because this evens the playing ground for people who maybe have shaky hands as they age or things like that. Yeah. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you can't do a loop on your own. I promise you, I can use this and create a loop.
Yes.
But for somebody who can no longer do this, like my grandmother, when she had cancer, she could no longer do things that she used to be able to do. This would be a great tool.
Yes. Yeah, or if you're just starting out and haven't gotten the coordination down. I mean, we really want to make jewelry design and high quality jewelry design accessible to everybody. There is no gatekeeping here.
This is our hole punch. We're looking into getting more sizes of this tip, but what size is this tip?
1.5. Yeah,
1.5.
So it's pretty similar. So it looks like, Lynn said, yes, I have 2 rings, one from my grandmother that was handcrafted gold in Austria, and a gold ring with 4 turquoise stones that was my mom's. Oh, that's so sweet.
So I'm just going to take this thin piece of wire and my bead here, and I'm going to dip this wire into the pink and into the blue, and then I'm going to just thread it through.
Oh, so you're making it like a core of the bead. That's so cool. I love that idea.
We just color in the inside with our paint here. And I'm just going to roll it around. Add some more as necessary. And look at, you now have a purple bead. Super easy to do. You're just changing the color with that.
Yes.
Simple technique.
Queen of Hearts, our product is really amazing. for our whole line. So we do
And
have
these tips are replaceable.
Mm-hmm.
These come
Yes.
undone, so you can replace these tips, and it comes with a second tip. We care a lot about our quality of our tools.
Yes.
And yeah.
So as far as like upscaling or restoring vintage jewelry, it's really amazing. We also have a line of enamels, which are our ultimate paint. So if you have something that has damaged enamel, it's really great for that. The antiques are good for aging metal or doing patina effects, which is like our broadest use. And they're the happy medium. We also have stains, which are very transparent, and we use those on wood mostly and other porous materials. But yeah, amazing for
And
changing
actually,
up vintage jewelry.
our whole entire thing is on vintage. That's why we like when we discovered this natural aging process. Can you give me like something that's not
Something that's, yes, I will get you a bright brass thing that is not like
our new line,
our new
limited line that we're gonna feature. I can't give too many.
Find something in here. Here we go. Here's a dragonfly.
We do a natural aging process because we wanted to match our pieces to old, authentic, vintage pieces. So these stampings are on very old machines where they're done that have existed for a long, long time.
Yep.
So we take our pieces and we do sell brass, and then we do a natural brass as well, which is a special treatment to get this color. This is really cool. It will darken more quickly. It will shine more quickly. We like to call it love-worn jewelry because the more you wear it, it will get more highlights and shine.
Yep.
The less you wear it, it will darken faster than your normal brass piece, but in a very beautiful way. And we also do reliefing blocks, which I'm going to show that very, very quickly. This is our reliefing block. We like to use it, and it's going to just pick up some highlights. Certain pieces it's better for. But it is going to remove, it's basically a sander, light sander, and fine sander is going to remove some of that and highlight it.
So Corian said this filigree is in one of her designs for Friday.
Do the same thing here. You're going to start to see the highlight points come up. Such a beautiful, easy process. And look at that glow we get just from an easy job. But yeah, that's like our specialty.
Do you want to show Corian how you use the filigree?
I wrapped my piece here with this filigree. So you get this cool little...
Oh, she missed all the fun part because we didn't give her a sneak peek, guys. You got to see it the same time that she did.
Oh yeah, we can finally show you guys these pieces on.
Oh yeah, you want to switch to full screen?
Okay. So this piece, I did a very, very long chain. You obviously can do something different, but that was just my preference. Here we go. I'm looking at it proper now. And so I did a super long piece. I will stand up so you guys can see. And so this is a very long piece here.
I actually really love the way that provides such a good contrast to your shirt. Because of the color scheme is different.
So I made a long necklace. You could totally do short if you wanted to, but this is how I designed it. That's why I added these cool little beads here for that long look. Voila.
Love it. Leave it on.
Oh yeah, I guess I can.
Yeah.
And then for this piece, these pieces are all just more preferable to wear on because they lay more. A little better.
In this one, people were like, thought it would be hard to photograph. It was not at all, and it doesn't really flip at all.
It's because of the way I constructed it that you don't have to worry about that.
It doesn't really flip back and forth because of the different chains and things that Ainsley's put in there. I actually really love this jewelry with this outfit. It goes so well.
Okay. Do you want to maybe zoom in on that? I can't really see what's going on there. I do not have a mirror. Fortunately for you, I have a very patterned shirt on.
Makes it a little bit harder. You know what? I can also show them after you're done too. I can put some of them on. because it'll give like a little bit clearer view. Let me just take off my other necklaces.
You're a necklace pack rat. Do you hear me?
Yes. I was saying to one of the ladies at church, because I was just talking about like my necklace stacks, how I will like wear them for a week and switch 2 or 3 things out. So I like have the same base stack on, and then, but yeah, I always have at least 3 on.
There's that. Also, you can't tell as well. I know she showed it earlier though. Too.
Yeah. But I will definitely, since I'm wearing something that's a little bit more basic, I will definitely model them
She's
today
going
too.
to model them for you too, guys.
Don't mind that, and I'll let you
Yeah.
figure out what looks good on camera.
Here.
Okay. Oh, that's really zoomed in right still, isn't it? Tell me.
You just need to pull it straight though. There you go. So there's that piece, super long.
Is that straight now?
There it is, now it
Okay.
is.
You can zoom out a little bit, right? Be a little bit easier to see this.
No, I think it's really good. I think it's good.
Okay.
A good spot. You have that totally crooked.
I can't see, I totally cannot see what I'm doing because you've got it so zoomed in.
You're going the wrong way. It's opposite.
I know it is, but it's hard for me to like get my bearings of where I'm at. It's like the rudder on a boat when you're steering. You gotta finish how
Let
to
me do it.
transpose it.
I know how to put these on. She doesn't know how to put these on. This needs to go over like this.
Well, if I had a mirror, I could do it.
And it needs to be to the right length for it to lay properly
Yeah.
too, because this should be slightly smaller for it to lay perfectly.
Yeah, so if you wanna, so good tip for whoever your model is gonna be, make sure that it kind of just hugs this part of the neck so that this part lays properly, right?
Yes.
And this one seems like it's really kind of goof proof. With
As long
it
as
laying
you put
right.
it on and it's not twisted,
Yeah.
because I think it's slightly twisted right now because of the beads not laying right. Let me see if this one side's twisted. There, that's not twisted now.
It's crooked.
Because I'm super used to this, so I understand how to do it without getting it
Without like looking.
Yeah, and then also the same thing, I recommend sizing this appropriately so that it lays properly. Closer in, the better it's going to lay onto your neck. But I didn't really measure the size super accurately so that multiple people should try it on.
Nice. All right.
I feel so short.
She shrunk.
And then obviously we also have our bracelet, but I showed that earlier.
Thank you, Sherry. She said, great live today. Thank you. Lisa said she's been wearing her wood necklace every day for a week.
I'm so glad. So glad you guys liked that one. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have more limited stuff coming up next week, so be prepared for that. Snap those up. Don't forget to snap up whatever might be left today. And get that while that is, because this is the only time you're going to be able to get that unless you make a really expensive special order for a line. So yeah. Thank you guys for coming, and we will see you all next time. Have a fabulous